Actually, for the vision, I took a lot of ideas from Martin Luther King's speech, right? Where I have a dream. So I have a dream of students wanting to come to school. I have a dream of happy students learning happily. And that's why you will notice that all my students, right from Sec 1, wear long pants. They're all gentlemen. Boys and girls are addressed as ladies and gentlemen. Right? So when you address them as such, they will surprise you. They will start behaving like ladies and gentlemen.
The mission tagline, which still today, I think it still stands. Basically, it's about shaping characters, engaging learners, and touching lives. For our students, we really need to ensure that they have good characters. The second thrust that we wanted to do was really about, engaging them as learners. And then at the end of the day, we said that we must touch their lives.
Everything had to be started from scratch. So we had our own basketball team that was initiated by a group of students, including me. So from there on, we had to learn everything ourselves. But we had the support of our very nice Mr. So. So throughout the 2 years or even 3 years that we were involved in the basketball team, he was always there to guide us. So my most important takeaway from West Spring is the belief that we have to persevere and to be determined in doing everything. So we have to see it from the start right to the end and never give up in the process.
The school has taught me to be resilient and adopt a never give up attitude. So this actually applies in my life, in whatever I do, and also in my career.
I was in secondary schools, this West Spring Secondary Schools for 6 years. I took my O-levels twice in secondary 5 because I failed my English once. Even then, back then I knew it was going to be a good decision because I knew the support I would get not only from myself, from parents and from my teachers. Hence, I'm able to overcome the odds.
I was a student here at West Spring. I was a member of the military band. So at that point of time, I remember it was in my SYF year. There was a period where we had trainings 4 times a week. One of the main challenge I had as a student, juggling CCA and my commitments to my studies. So it was a period of time where there was a lot of struggles for me as a student. But I remembered that after going through that whole experience, developed me to become more resilient as an adult.
Right? If you hunger for knowledge, and this hunger keeps on growing, your mind is going to be kept alive. So it's just not thirst for results, it's thirst for knowledge.
All the teachers' hard work of making them stay back after school for remedials really was very good because the students' results showed, and the teachers were also very motivated by what they perceive as positive feedback to their teaching.
The other thing I think was the technological aspect of it, where there was an emphasis on robotics, the AV club, technology, really trying to learn beyond the simple English, math, science kind of curricula. And I think that's really what we experience most in West Spring.
I took up pure bio out of interest. I think that helped me to understand more about how the science behind how the human body works, and even some of the drugs that affect the enzymes and the reaction within the body. But I think what is more important is also things like social study and history, which help you understand and help you to read some of the papers. Going through the CCAs help you to learn how to interact and work as a team in the current healthcare system.
Everybody is a leader. Everybody has a suggestion. There is no bad suggestion. That's why instead of asking, why should we do this? I changed the mindset to all students. So I said we should stop asking why, because that's only giving reasons and excuses. So from henceforth we shall ask, why not? This student was actually from China. Right? She drew a design several designs, and this one that caught my eye was where girls, the skirt was more burgundy maroon and the boys' pants were blue. So when I asked her why, of course she retorted by using my retort, why not? So then I said, yes, why not? Girls should have girls' colors and boys should have boys' colors. And after all, blue and maroon, if you put it together, they do blend quite well.
Here, the teachers, the principal, the school just encourage the students to have a broader mentality, to try to free themselves from the restraints of being in a neighborhood school, to try to really strive for excellence as much as we could. I think the learning point was that if you only stay within your own well, you will end up like the story of the frog, where you really don't know what's outside the well. And West Spring really forced me to, I think, jump out of the well and realize that there's an entire ocean out there, and you need to explore this entire ocean. So that's really, in sum, my experience in West Spring.
Over the years, we have quite a number of newspaper cutting, whereby in fact there were lots of newspaper reports on our students, because these are really our students' effort. Really, they are being trained by very passionate teachers and coaches who actually make a lot of difference. So I would like to give all the credit to all the teachers and all the coaches who actually put in the best effort to groom our students to where they are. So I think it's really about a collective hopes and dreams of our teachers who really believe in our students that they can go very far. As a heartland school, we can excel even in sports. I'll say to the credit of all the teachers in West Spring. So I really say that West Spring teachers are very different. West Spring teachers are very unique. They are the ones who really believe in the students and get them to excel and go very far.
As a principal, we work through our staff, especially our teachers. And I must say that in all my years as a principal, West Spring staff left a lasting impression on me. They were always very reliable, dependable, innovative, and most important, they were very professional. They really cared very much for the students. That is something that I hope I have helped to develop the staff in their aspirations, in their career development. I hope I have done what I could to get them to the next stage of their development.
Apart from that, I think is the interaction of the teachers beyond the school work. The teachers like Mr. Prakash, my former teacher Mr. Rudy Asmara, and some other teachers, they were not simply about the school work, they were also really, really funny. So they would try to lighten the stress that the students are having by cracking various jokes, by trying to ease our minds with stories of their own personal lives. And so that's really what we managed to glean from the entire school life as well.
Back then, 2015, I didn't take O-level seriously back then. I didn't take English seriously, which is why maybe I failed. But there's always a blessing in every obstacle you face. The principal supported me, everyone supported my decision back then, and I'm so thankful for them. I wouldn't have done it without you.
What I'm most thankful for as a student here at West Spring was truly the support I had from my teachers. What I remember was that they were really supportive, right, for me and my classmates when I was taking my O-level national exams in 2009. I remember at the point of time they were really willing to meet us for consultations. They were really willing to encourage us with a word of advice, and I think these small actions from my teachers really brought me through difficult times here at West Spring.
I wish West Spring a happy birthday. All the best for the years to come, even the decades and centuries to come.
West Spring continues to be extraordinary. Even though we are a heartland school, we can do extraordinary things. So I really hope West Spring will continue to fly and continue to do their best for the school, for themselves, and for the nation.
For the students, I just want them to reach their fullest potential, and no matter what their starting point, hope that they get developed, not just academically, but social, emotionally, and most importantly in character.
So a school is not a school. It is also your home, right? So you're coming back to a familiar place. You're coming back to a place which teaches you about life, lifelong learning, thirst for knowledge, where you are treated as a lady and gentleman, and that's why you want to come. So you will leave the school with fond memories. The best advice I can give them is they have to dare to be different. They have to dare to explore, right? They have to dare to learn. Don't worry about failing and passing. But if your processes are right, if you're doing things the right way, you will succeed, right? Try new things, right? New things doesn't mean endangering your lives, right? New things where your thirst for knowledge keeps on growing, right? Your thirst for adventure brings you to more discoveries.
I hope that this school will continue to really develop students to become ladies and gentlemen, because I think it helped me to really develop myself as someone who is resilient for the workforce when I was growing up, and also someone who is part of this school. So I hope that West Spring will continue to nurture ladies and gentlemen in this school at this time.